Fireside and Fairy Tale. So welcome again to the Reversible Advent Calendar, Part 2. We left Part 1 having cut out the strips, embroidered the numbers 1 to 24, and then we were to press under the salvages neatly and then place the 4 strips onto the first backing fabric of green. Place them carefully, pin them at each corner, leaving a good margin all around. Pin them in the middle and again at the corners. Remember, you're going to be stitching down the little strips in the middle there, but not at the top, because of course they are pockets and we want to be putting the gifts in at the top. That border is exceptionally pretty. I was taught to tack when I was at school. Lift up the material carefully so that it doesn't pucker, and use wide tacking stitches all around the 4 sides of the strip. Simply pinning has always made me nervous when it comes to using the sewing machine, because of the danger of perhaps snapping a pin. And there was an awful story of a lady who lost the eyesight in one eye because the bit of pin sprang up into her eye. Not fair to think about, really, not a good idea. Tacking also is much more secure than pinning, in my opinion. It means that when you finish tacking, you can lift up the fabric and fold it away if you don't want to continue stitching that day. So here is the row of stitching along the bottom and up the sides, but not at the top, because you're going to leave those tops open for putting in the gifts. They're little pockets, remember, 1 to 24. Here's my lovely Singer sewing machine. In fact, it's my daughter's. It's on continual loan. And I've done the top strip, and now this is the next one. I'm just fitting under the foot, and off I go. Now let's look at part 2, the reverse side, because we'll come back to the first side, but if you remember, I wanted you to get, if you could, fabric with birds, fabric with flowers. And we're going to make a bird flower basket. These are 2 traditional templates for the basket. This is how I made mine. I took 2 pieces of material. If you've got 1 strip, that's great. And outline a basket shape, cut it out, snip for the handle, put them together. Then, taking the fabric with the flowers and with the birds, cut round reasonably carefully so that you have the various shapes that we're going to have on our bird flower basket. Here's the second piece of green backing fabric. And here come the basket shapes. I'm going to put them them together. I had to make them in half because my material wasn't wide enough for a basket the size that I needed. Again, leaving quite a large margin, because remember you are going to be having seams around this when you join it to the first side. And then the fun starts on this side, experimenting with flowers, birds, leaves. They can overlap if you want. And I'm going to take my time over this so that I have a really pleasing final flower basket, rather reminiscent of the flower baskets one finds in traditional samplers. Here comes a bird in my tree. And then, as I say, just play around and experiment till you've come up with a really pleasing overall design. This is the start of mine. It may well move around till I'm completely happy with it. Now, you will need the batting for going inside, ribbon, but also double-sided iron-on adhesive sheets. I got mine on Amazon. So we'll see you in part 3. Please subscribe, and thanks very much for watching. Be inspired, see what you can do, and see you next time.